If that's your man, then tag him in. Y'all know what I heard these last couple of days? I haven't heard. I forgot all about that song. I got a feeling when I'm chilling with my Aunt Jackie. I I don't know why when I heard it, I was like, oh shoot, I forgot about this song. What the hell? But in any event, heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. I just was sharing with you guys that I have to watch, of course, Blueface and Krishan's latest episode. So because I have to watch that, I'm gonna owe you guys 2 reviews, and I don't want to be backed up and owing you 2 reviews. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you what you need, the second review of The Best Man Final Chapters, which I've been meant to give you guys this for the last couple of days. I played myself. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm trying to get prepared for my new aesthetically pleasing studio, Healing Heart studio I'm going to make happen. And I'm, just getting things together in my apartment. So I kind of got a little sidetracked. You know the feeling when you chilling with your Aunt Jackie. Like, come on now. So, that slipped my mind. But that's neither here nor there because I can still bring you the review and get it rocking and rolling. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as per usual. If this is your first time, hey new subbies, make sure you did subscribe, you like, you share, and you comment on what resonates with you. If you are a returning subby, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share. I want to hear all the feedback because like I said, I love doing show reviews because I love watching TV. All right, so I'm going to give it to you. Oh, some shows are coming back. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to review them only because they are in seasons like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I don't like when I don't watch stuff from the beginning. But these shows are so juicy and I'm so in tune that I feel like I have to review them. So The Woo is coming back. The only reason why I'm not reviewing The Woo because we're in the last season. I don't have time to go back and explain Raekwon Timms and all that. Listen, Charlene, you wildin'. I'm not doing all that. So I will watch The Woo on Hulu, but I will not be reviewing. I also will watch Power. I'm watching BMF. I'm not reviewing BMF because, to be honest, I like the show, but if I miss an episode of BMF, I won't be heartbroken. Like, I feel like it's something me and my boyfriend do as a couple because I know he really enjoys it and I enjoy it as well, but not enough to be like, oh, this is my ish. If I miss it, go back and watch the reruns, watching 2 or 3 times. What else is coming back? Bel-Air. I might review Bel-Air. Yes, I might review Bel-Air because Bel-Air is only on season 2. So what I can do is I can go back and watch season 1 and get my life together and curse out Seal Face Carlton and get me together. So I might review Bel-Air. Yes, I might review Bel-Air. Also Power. I'm not gonna review Power, but I do love Power. It's just that nothing compares to the original. And when Ghost is not there, really and truly, I don't got time. Now, if y'all ask me, if by popular demand, y'all ask me to go back and review the regular Power, even though it's not on no more, I will do it because that's how much I love that goddamn show. And that show caused so much controversy because I used to be arguing with everybody under the sun about Power. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm logged into The Best Man, the final chapters. We are on again. I can hear this, but when I listen to my last video, I can hear what y'all can't hear. Alrighty, so I'm gonna just move that back a little bit. So I'm reviewing The Best Man, the final chapters. This is episode 2, The Wedding. So the last time I left you guys, remember I told you it was up and it was stuck, and then nut ass Shelby busting the door, and then it went off trying to aggravate Quentin and Ciamata, aka the unicorn. People is crazy. All right, so now we back with your girl Shelby, the wedding crash and all of that. She's there. Quentin is like, you won't break my soul. He's just annoyed. Like, why are you here? What is the problem? Find another island to stay on. Leave us alone. Go about your business. He's basically trying to shoo Shelby away because he knows how much of a problem Shelby can be. But Shelby is only a problem for Quentin. Okay? Shelby is only a problem for Quentin, and we will come to find out that she's only a problem for him because he loves her. And that's what I see with a lot of men. Most times they will, be act as though they're so angry with a woman and they hate a woman and they, they can't breathe without, they can't stand a woman. But really and truly, that's because deep down, you really love the woman. So, that's what I saw with Quentin. I'm like, okay, deep down, your feelings finally hit the surface. I know you will love you ever heard the song Rihanna and Neil? I hate how much I love you, boy. One thing about women, they can admit it. They can admit it. I always tell everybody I am beyond cool with every ex that I have, because in order for me to hate them, it would have to be another emotion that could coincide with that, and I have no emotions for those folks. So therefore, I don't hate them. I don't wish nothing on them. We cool. So anyway, back to Quentin. That's the reason why he's all up in knots about Shelby being there, because he feels like she's trouble, but she's only trouble for him because he really and truly loves the damn girl. But we'll get to that, right? So he's like, get out of here, leave this island, you're not supposed to be here, go to hell, yada yada yada. So my girl Ciamata slithers up and she's telling him, she's like, be nice, Quentin, and don't do that, and this and this and that. So then she goes to introduce herself to Shelby, and she committed the cardinal sin that all women, I swear, shameless plug. Y'all go follow Operation Heal 100 Hearts on Instagram. Y'all make sure y'all book y'all one-on-one sessions. This is why my YouTube channel even exists. As you can see, the name of it is Operation Heal 100 Hearts. And every last one of my Healing Hearts mixers, if you guys attended, I will have Healing Hearts mixers 2016, 2017, and a little bit. And 2018. Mixers actually stop around maybe 2019. But in the mixers, when I would go through some of our icebreakers, one of the icebreakers would be the name game, because I always explain to folks the most disrespectful thing you could do, and us women are guilty as sin for this, is when you want to shade another bitch, you act like or pretend not to know their name or to mispronounce it. So that's the shadiest thing to do to a woman. And of course, here goes Shelby with her shadiness. Oh yeah, how you doing? Nice to meet you, Shelly. Shelby was like, it's Shelby, okay? Because you saying you know all my accolades and you know all my reality star business, but you don't know my name, bitch. Yeah, I know your name, bitch, but you ain't important enough for me to remember it. Like, that's all that really is, right? So at that point, Shelby said, okay, it's on from here. It's on from here. So then Harper, he sees Shelby, and, he's trying to say, hey, Shelby, I wanted to kind of have a conversation with you about the unfinished business book. I want to make it into a movie, yada, yada, yada. Before he could get anything going, Shelby looked at him and was like, sweetheart, I'm letting you know you do not have my blessing in your little stinking book. And Harper looked at her. Harper was played as Tay Diggs and was like, child, I could just write your ass, your character out the book. I ain't got time to play with you. So then Shelby and Quentin begin on this back and forth, up and down, da 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 da. Girl, in the course of the back and forth, the up and down, and anger, again, all of that is deeply rooted in some passionate emotion. Next thing you know, Shelby is there riding the boy PB to the morning sun, right? So I'm looking at Quentin because I'm like, I know it. You all hostile and you feeling it up in your chest because you love the damn girl. That's the bottom line. You just got to accept that and move on. But, he couldn't do that. He still was hitting it though. Right? And I was pissed. I was kind of pissed with him because, don't get me wrong, I'm a firm believer in true love, right? I think everybody needs and deserves to be with the person that they genuinely love. I just have an issue because Quentin was trying to fake front about him loving her. He was trying to make it seem like she was the worst person in the world, and she's all about drama and all this stuff, when really and truly you just trying to paint that picture because you love the girl. And that's what irritated me, because it was like, why not just say I love her as opposed to trying to make it seem like you don't? But sometimes I feel like maybe folks just don't know. So maybe he didn't know, that he loved her until she was like off him, and then it was like, okay, I got to change this, right? So anyway, it switches over to Lance, and again, Lance is played by Morris Chestnut, and when it switches over to him, he's having a dream, and he's having a dream by Mia, which is Monica Calhoun, who passed away from the best man, the holidays. And again, my heart bleeds for Lance because I know he loved that girl. He loved that girl. So, I know he's trying to have all this sex in the show to kind of prevent him from thinking about her and so on and so forth. But he loved that girl. So he's still dreaming about her. But then his dream trying to trickles on over to, remember I told y'all, the hotel hostess, Jasmine. So when his dream goes to her, he like, oh shoot, he jumps up like a lunatic, like, oh my God. When he jumps up, he goes to look out the window to kind of get himself some fresh air, and he see Jasmine jogging by, right? So my girl works out, yes, Jasmine, get your cardio on, right? So it goes from that scene, and then it goes from Harper, and he's back on the phone with his manager. He's basically telling the manager, like, listen, I don't think we should go through with the movie because I'm a little nervous because I don't want to fracture any of my friends. I just got back cool with them, yada, yada, yada. So the manager is like, okay, I hear all that, sweetheart, but I got to collect my change. And if they offer you a large amount of money, that means my cut is going to be a large amount of money. And I need that. So he sends Harper the number that they offering him to make his book a movie. And he was like, listen, I'm giving you 24 hours. Get back to me about that because that might change your mind about fracturing some friendship if you fracturing them in your $1 million home, right? So Harper's like, oh, Lord Jesus Christ. So then the next scene flashes over to Julian and Candace, and Julian is in the doghouse. Because remember I told y'all, Candace looked at him at the dinner the night before like, nigga, you still worried about this best man BS, and we on this vacation trying to have some alone time because we got all these goddamn kids and businesses and we never get alone time, and we do got alone time. Here you go talk about some goddamn best man duties and you ain't even the best man. So Candace was over him. So Candace cursed him for filth. He learned that, and he was like, okay, so now he trying to apologize and say, you know what? I realized you was right. I gotta let this go. I gotta spend the rest of this vacation focusing on me and you. This is about me and you, and I didn't realize that I'm playing myself, yada, yada, yada. As he's telling Candace all this, that he gonna leave the best man duties alone. He gonna do what he needs to do this for them to spend time together as a married couple. He don't want no drama with. She's like, yes, baby, it's okay, yada, yada, yada. Harper, Tay Diggs, walks up in the process and he's like, hey, listen, I need you to do me a favor, Merch. So he's like, hey, what's up, anything? So he was like, I need you to secure the entertainment for the bachelor party. Now, granted, that is the duties of the best man. Remember, Merch is hung up on trying to beat Harper and being the best man. So he's like, immediately, he's like, sure, I'll do it. Candace looked at Merch and was like, nigga, are you serious? And I was cracking up because I love Regina Hall because she always let like the hood come out of her. I'm pretty sure that was like impromptu and they left it in. Like, I don't think they had that written in the script. She just put that in there because she know that's what needs to be asserted in there. We just had this conversation. Are you retarded, nigga? So I think what she said was so funny because it was the appropriate thing to say. If you're from the hood, you understand where she was going with that, right? So there you see Robin, and like I said, remember Robin, aka Sanalete, she is infatuated with this island chef and everything she's doing out there in Jamaica. So they going around doing some touristy stuff, yada yada yada. That wasn't about nothing. Then it shifts to Nia Long and Will. Like I said, Will, I don't know. I feel like, let me say this, right? The Ime Udoka scandal came out after this was already recorded. So I won't say that I think that they was trying to get a character that didn't resemble anything close to her man, but this character does not resemble any. This character looked like Teddy from Black Ink. I do not like Will. I do not like Will for Nia. And again, I'm not gonna say he's a bad looking man, but I feel like, for example, the white boy that they gave Nia Long in The Best Man Holiday, you was like, right. Y'all got it right. Yes. Okay, because he was very polished, very, I felt like get Lorenz Tate. Why y'all ain't go find Lorenz Tate to love for? Like, I didn't think Will was too sugar bear rich. I couldn't get with Will. So they showed them and they was flirting. I didn't want to see Will. So I was like, okay, go to hell. But that the next scene you saw them, and then they moved forward. And you see all the fellas get massages. So that's Merch, Quentin, Lance, and Harper. They get massages, and they talking about how Quentin and Shelby met, and how Quentin and Ciamata met. But before they go into that, Quentin shared that he slept with Shelby the night before, and Lance is looking at him like, "Come on, y'all been doing this for 15 years. Like, where does it end? Why y'all keep playing this roller coaster and this merry-go-round BS?" And Quentin didn't really have a response for that. He claimed he acted like it was gonna stop now, but like, oh, I ain't married yet. Still, Negro, you still hitting the same coon. You know what it's hitting for. That means you still want it. But in any event, that's neither here nor there. Merch is on the line fighting with entertainment, because remember, he want to secure the best entertainment to show he's a better best man, yada yada yada. That wasn't about nothing. And then the next scene, Shelby and Jordan, they taking a walk, and they talking about Will. I don't want to talk about Will. And then Shelby brings up Harper. And remember, it was a scandal between, oh no, it was a scandal between, well, it was supposed to be a scandal between Harper and Jordan, but it never got off the ground because Harper screwed Mia. And Mia and Jordan is best friends. So once Jordan got wind of that, she's like, okay, girl, I don't want him no more. So anyway, but Shelby was saying, like, listen, you need to get up on that. You playing games. And she was like, girl, I'm not thinking about no Harper. He ain't for me. I'm good on that one, right? So as they having this dialogue, Ciamata walks up. And the cattiness between her and Shelby, oh, God, it was real. It was real. But in the process of the cattiness, she making like little references about Shelby and Quentin sleeping together the night before, right? So I forget what happened. I don't know if like Nia Long walked off or however it went, but it just became between Shelby and the Unicorn, aka Ciamata, and she was like, "Girl, I know you slept with my man last night, and I want to know, how does my pussy taste?" I was like, "Ooh, ooh, Nicole." Nicole Ari, come down. Nicole, Ari Parker Cujo, come down to the girl. You got my nipples hard being nasty like that. Yes, Nicole. Come on, Nicole. Nicole look like a little fake polish, like she all that, but Nicole let you know when it's real, I got it in me. Don't play with me. Do not play with me. So I like the sassiness of her, I just liked it. She was not playing with these hoes. Yes, Boris. I see why you marry her. Yes, come through with that sassiness and that nastiness. I was here for Nicole. I was here for Nicole's character, Ciamata, aka the Unicorn. I wanted her to stay, right? So then the scene flips, and they show the crew headed to the ceremony that was given by the newlyweds. This part was so weird and out of sorts for me. But I watched it because I was like, Lord, what else am I do, right? So Lance pulled Harper to the side, and he was telling him that lately, he hasn't been able to perform. So Harper was like, wait, perform what? He like, I have been able to, get my soldiers marching, yada, 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 yada. So he was like, Robin, Shana Lathan, his wife, may have some remedies for you. I got you. Don't worry about it, right? So they sit down with the ceremony that's given by Ciamata and Quentin, and a shaman comes through. And the shaman name is Bobo, but the shaman turns out to be Will. Again, I don't want to see Will. If I wanted to see Will, I would turn on black ink and look at Teddy. I didn't want to see Will, right? So they go on this spiritual journey. They doing a spiritual cleanse, and they drinking all of these drinks extracted from a plant and all this crazy stuff. The drinks made Shelby have diarrhea. Nia Long is all dazed and confused over Will. Merch can't move, and Candace sounds like a Buddhist hearing plants are healers. So she over here talk about, yes, this what this plant do. This what this plant do. Harper's typing like a nut, and the next thing you know, Candace has an orgasm without Julian. Julian, aka Merch, was like, are you having an orgasm? I want to have an orgasm too. Julian, shut the hell up. So then they move forward past that. That was a weird scene. It was a weird scene, but okay. It was needed for the show. And the next scene, Lance is doing everything he can to get his stamina up, and he runs into Jasmine. And they start chit-chatting, yada, yada, yada. Because, again, he likes her. And she offers him an opportunity to take a run with him, which was nice because it's like, come on, all you doing is screwing and acting like a nut on this island. Let's do something for your health. We'll go jog together, right? They flip to the scene where Quentin and Shelby are having a private moment, and Shelby is just basically letting Quentin know what everybody else feels like. Since you got with this bitch, you acting real weird, bro. You acting real weird. This ain't you. Ain't nobody got time for this. Yada yada yada. So they start talking about their own relationship. And he was like, how she only offered anything but sex. And she was like, but I thought that's what you always wanted. And again, them basically sharing that we really love each other, but we gonna act like we hate each other. The jog that not Mia, God rest her soul. The jog that Jasmine and Lance took, it got them up on the hill. And he started talking about, how he's still grieving about Mia. And, he's having a hard time and things are not getting better. And, he thought that they would, but he just misses her every moment of every day. And I felt so sad for Lance because I believed it. I believed it. I believe that all of the antics that he goes on with on the show is just because I'm trying to do everything to keep busy and stay entertained because I can't help but to miss my soulmate and the person that I assumed I would be spending the rest of my life with. So I felt him on that. And then Jasmine was offering, her words of encouragement. They had a nice little cool bonding scene there. Nothing sexual, nothing like that. In the next scene, Will and Jordan meet up. And, she's basically saying, well, who are you? Because you was a shaman and you was doing yada, yada, yada. And she was saying, you could tell she ready to take it to the next level with Will. And he kind of puts a pause on, listen, I don't want to take advantage of you being open off of what you seen me do. So, we'll get together when it's time to get together. Yeah, okay, Will. In the next scene, Candace is sharing with Merch, how the ceremony with the shaman really inspired her and so on and so forth. And Shelby comes and she knocks on the door. And her and Candace start having a conversation. And Candace, she starts to know that she know that Candace is an overworked mom and she's in need of self-care and yada, yada, yada. And then they show, once again, Candace is there and her, what's the movie? Sleeping with the Enemy wig. And okay. So in the next scene, Xiomara reveals that she got the resort in her and Quentin's name. Quentin doesn't really look happy about this. He kind of feel like this is calculated through the father. And, he doesn't really feel that, right? And she's like, no, I want to do something nice for you. And yada, 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 right? And then when she leaves, Harper's right there when all that went on. So it kind of opens the door for him to ask like, yo, you really want this? Because it seems like, this is just you. It don't seem like you really want this. And Quentin has spun off like, what the fuck? I'm getting married. Support me. And, he just cursed him out and let him know, like, this is what I'm doing and you better be in support of it. Niggas, I'm always in support of y'all niggas. Basically, Harper's like, listen, I hear all that. If you saying you want it, I don't want no smoke. It's all good. I just asked because you seem a little apprehensive about what just happened. And a lot of signs point to this ain't really what you into, what you been through. Then they flash to the pool party and the pool hall, I'm sorry. And this is supposed to be the bachelorette party for Quentin. And still, Merch is on the phone with the entertainment, arguing and getting mad. Lance is at the bar. He's checking on his kids, calling home. And then when Lance hangs up, him and Harper come over there and he says to Harper, thank you. This was a good idea for you inviting me to Jamaica to come to this wedding. I'm glad I came. I'm ready to, turn over a new chapter of my life and, get on with it. Harper happy about that. Boom. Finally, they go to enjoy the bachelor party and the strippers arrive. Right? And instead of them being some crazy behind strippers, thanks to Candace, that's why Shelby came to the room earlier. She gonna pull a Candace move, what she pulled in the initial show. She was Candy in the regular, the best man. Shelby is gonna come out and be the stripper, and she got Quentin hot and bothered with her every time I close my eyes. Come on, Jodeci. I wake up early, so horny. That's still my song. I still listen to that. Don't judge me. I just told my age. But in any event, she come out. She tear Quentin out the towel. She done whined and grind. And then everything else on Quentin. He is mesmerized. And like, oh my God. He thanks Merch. Like, oh, this was the best bachelor party. Like, he felt like that was the best, and Merch was, flying high because he like, yeah, I'm the best man out of the best men, So they was excited about that. Shelby was happy because Quentin was happy. That whole dance routine, I guess, but good enough, right? So then Shelby leaves and she sends him a text to come meet her at one of the cabanas, right? So she's there waiting at the cabana. She didn't got dressed. She know Quentin gonna show up. Remember, he showed up to screw her the night before, but instead Harper shows up. And Harper is telling her, like, listen, Shelby, you just need to go. I got a flight for you. And she like, Harper, shut the hell up. I know none of y'all want me and Quentin together because we act kind of crazy, but we love each other. Leave us alone, right? So as she talking, here comes the unicorn. And child, the unicorn shows up. Now, see, I thought Quentin sent Harper to get Shelby out of there, but apparently Ciamata sent her. And she lets her know. She was like, listen, Quentin chose me, my dear. If you want to continue letting him hit it every now and again and being a fool thinking you won't ever be his choice, you haven't been the last 15 years and you won't be now. So since you're not his choice, it would be best for you to go on about your business unless you want to continue settling for being randomly fucked whenever he feels like it. Until then, I am his woman. I am who he chose. I am who he's going to marry. You need to get the fuck on. Right? And Shelby did something that I hate that women do, but okay, girl. After she quote unquote accepted her defeat from Ciamata, she turned around and threatened Ciamata about she better not never hurt him. Bitch, what you care about what she do with him? He chose her. Let them go on and run off into the sun like that ain't got nothing to do with you. And Ciamata was like, girl, get the fuck on. Who cares? If I heard him, he'll come running back to me before you. Right? So then, okay. Now the scene switches over and Lance runs into Jasmine again. He wants to go for a jog with her. And she kind of lets him down gently and is like, Lance, I'm married. I'm sorry, I'm engaged. And you could see his little chest sinking because he definitely didn't expect that. And, she was like, but, I think you're a good guy. I think life is going to work out for you, yada, yada, yada. And I felt bad for Lance because I felt like that's why he was telling Harper he felt like he's ready to turn a new chapter because he thought he found a new lady. So now to see like, no, baby, I'm cool on you. I'm just being nice to you. He was mortified. So now I wonder, I'm going to continue watching on if, is going to be awkward now that he realized that he hasn't found a new lady. Is he going to go back to his antics he was doing prior to him meeting Jasmine and, feeling like that might be about something. So we'll see. We'll see. So the next scene is the wedding between the unicorn and Quentin, and the father's there. Whatever. But Quentin starts to bring up to the father how, he might have a little bit of cold feet. And the father's like, boy, that's what normally happens. Right? And then he was saying, nah, I just got cold feet because I feel like I haven't seen the last of Shelby. And again, here we are again talking about Shelby. But in any event, he's telling Harper and Robin, like, I believe she'll pop back up. So Harper was like, listen, you want to go to the airport so we could assure she got her ass on that plane? He was like, that would make me feel better, right? So they darted off to the airport. I'm looking at Quentin like, so you mean to tell me the ceremony is set up for you to marry your new woman and you run into the airport to see where your old woman at? Again, that goes to show you have not gotten over her. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, he arrives to the airport and him and Shelby have this whole emotional scene. He get down on his knees on his Dwayne Wayne. If I can't have you, then I need you, baby, please. And the security guard he was holding Dwayne Wayne back. He dropped on his knees and he telling Shelby, I love you, and I'm on one knee and I'm on bended knee and I'm Boys to Men and I'm Jagged Edge and all this nut shit, which was corny to me, but the emotional scene, they got them together, right? And you know, as they say, crazy just got the best coochie. I don't know. So they end up together and they end up getting married. See, Amada the unicorn is brushed on out the scene. I didn't like that. I wanted Nicole to stay. I like Nicole Ari Parker Cujo. Yes, bitch. She bought it. Okay. I liked her sassiness. I'd rather she would have been with Quentin a few months and then, found out about this situation, divorce. I wanted to see more of Nicole. I wanted to see more of Nicole. But they flashed to see about it and she was damn sure burning down that village she named after him. You all had no fun with your new hoe in this. So then they back to the crew at the wedding. You know, good times. Because remember, they all college friends. They all college friends. So them being together represents good times. So I was happy to see that. So they like, okay, you're crazy behind Shelby. Finally made it. That's what's up. You know, so good times, good times, good times. And they started to talk about it. And they like, listen, Harper brought up. He was like, listen, y'all know I want to make my book a movie, but I need everybody's blessing. I need everybody's blessing. I don't want to do it on my own. I don't want to do it without having y'all blessing because I don't want to fracture these friendships. They're lifelong friendships and they mean something to me. So everybody gave their blessing, including Lance. He just said they got to let him know who's playing Mia part first. He would like to know in advance. And Harper was like, for sure. You know, and then Quentin and Shelby stepped away because remember, Quentin is Shelby's daughter father, but Shelby's daughter doesn't know that. She thinks that's Uncle Quentin. So, you know, they stepped away to kind of call on the phone because she also thought that her mom was just going to a wedding for Uncle Quentin. She don't know that her mom actually got married to Uncle Quentin and Uncle Quentin is a pappy. So, you know, they stepped away so they could call the daughter, which was a nice little scene, right? And then it flashed to everybody on the yacht and they all chilling together, enjoying your life. And, you know, Harper and Robin is laying down. They talking about their Jamaican trip. He like, you know, I love it here. You know, we should definitely come back. You know, we should definitely bring Mia. That's their daughter. They named their daughter Mia as well. And Robin was like, I think we should just stay. And Harper was like, wait. And she was like, you know, I just don't feel connected to these people. I mean, to the people back in the States that I feel, to the people in Jamaica. Girl, you feel connected to that chef that told you about fucking opening cabanas that you could cook fish out on the beach. Girl, bye. Okay, you don't even know these people. But anyway, she said that to Harper. Harper was like, wait. Because again, our lives are back home and we can't uproot them because you want to sell fish on the beach and get sand in your fucking apron. So I was looking at Sanaa Lathan like, girl, go to hell. But in any event, Harper was like, okay. But then I could see from that interaction, there's going to be some issues in this relationship, which I've already heard, but I could foresee there's going to be some issues. So I can't wait to continue watching to see how this all unfolds, right? And then she goes and does this whole liberating jump into the water. She's free. So now, okay. And so then it flashes to everybody back home and getting their regular life. And finally, you see Jordan answering the call from MSNBC, which remember they kept calling when she's on vacation. They kept showing them calling, but her never answering. So it was like, what's going on? But she finally answers for them. And then you see Harper. He has actually started casting for the movie Unfinished Business.